And we are live. Welcome back to the James and McGee show. I'm your host. I am James and McGee. This is McLooney Live, episode 2, and our co-host,
Deirdre Looney. You like that?
I like it. So, D, let's just jump into it. D, tell us what the fuck is going on with this Diddy shit. I know you've been looking into it.
Gosh.
I have been looking into it. Let's just dive into this. This is, I said this earlier on my TikTok. This is unreal. It's really not unreal. We've been fucking knowing about this. We've been hearing about this for years.
This isn't live. Is it live on?
Yep. Yeah, we're on. We're there.
It's not pulling up.
Okay.
Now it is. All right, cool.
Wait, we need to do it again. So you think they got us? Let's see. All right, so we may have some technical problems. I am James McGee, your host, your co-host, Deirdre Looney, and we are diving into P. Diddy. Give us your comments. Tell us what you think. This is some crazy shit.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, please comment and let us know that you're seeing the live.
Yeah, I need somebody to tell us y'all see us.
But yeah, this is...
We have 8 people. Looks like we have 8 people. Okay, here we go. We got one.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, this is absolutely insane. And honestly, I don't really know where to start with it because this isn't a rabbit hole. This is a tunnel with several side streets and roundabouts. And the thing is P. Diddy, he's not even on the top 100 of the totem pole. That's pretty scary. Several more.
Well, go ahead. I'm going to save my comments. I got a lot to say. Go ahead and tell us what you've learned so far.
Well, I actually just learned that he was selling his freak-offs. I guess we can say that now because you hear him say it on the news all the time now. Did you notice how they normalize that too?
Yeah, I was calling it the freakazoid parties, but I guess freak-offs is fine. It's going to be freakazoid party to me.
I know, but so that actually is kind of one of the points is that they're literally just sitting here talking about freak-offs.
Yeah, like
on the news, like it's normal.
Yeah. Oh no, that's exactly what's happened. Is we have normalized this kind of just crazy behavior. We've accepted it. It's really our fault, but keep on.
Yes, 100%. So P. Diddy, I found out just a little bit ago, was selling freak-offs for $500 million on the black market. And these are videos of the victims.
Okay. Who was he selling those to? I guess anybody
on the black market. I mean, who has $500 million? Think about that.
Yeah.
Only the elite.
Wow. So, this is my main point is it's not like that he was living a secret life.
Not at all.
It's not like it was shocking to the world. It's been songs made about it for years. There has been people saying things for years. And why hasn't it been stopped? Because it's not everyday people like me and you who are seeing this, who are that have firsthand knowledge of it. Why hasn't somebody stopped that? And that's we glamorize this elite group of people, actors, politicians, athletes like LeBron James. I got on his ass this morning. I'm gonna stay on his ass because he loves to be.
What you know about that?
Well, my deal with LeBron is, he is big in the just the movement of everything that, he's big in Black Lives Matter, which has been debunked. That is a fraudulent organization. To me, it's a domestic terror organization, and their whole narrative has totally been debunked. but he keeps kneeling. Why did he kneel on these parties? Well, he might have got on his knees.
I was going to say he's probably on 2 knees, actually.
So why didn't he take a knee and protest these parties? Those are the ones who have the power. Those are the ones who have the influence. When did they use their influence and their power for something positive besides their own agenda?
Right. Exactly. I mean, I think the reason why this wasn't stopped, and yes, it is in several songs. Like, I actually did research on that, and I'm like Cassie and Nicki Minaj literally have a song about it, about trying to get Cassie away from him.
Yeah.
And we're all just singing along to these songs. And now going back, I'm like, oh my gosh, we were literally we're singing about Cassie trying to escape this psychopath that's beating the living daylights out of her, which I don't know if you've seen that video, but it's all over the internet.
I saw it yesterday, D, for the first time, actually.
Oh my gosh. Thank God for her, though.
Yeah.
Because she's the reason this is all getting brought down. And I think the reason that this wasn't, look what they did to Tupac. What are we just now finding out about Tupac?
Yeah.
In 2024. Like,
we're finding things out that when they're ready for you to find them out.
But also these people are extremely powerful people. And I think that's why Justin Bieber is not coming forward, because there's still people out there that will off him. It's not as easy as people in my comment section saying, well, if Justin Bieber's not going to come out, he's complacent. Well, no, his life is actually in danger if he comes out.
No, that's the thing. It's just like when we talked before about the Democrat establishment, the DNC, and how they, if you were a politician and you don't go with them, they're going to destroy your life and your career. Well, how many conservatives are there in Hollywood?
Not many.
5. You know why they're not? Because they get ousted. They get completely blackballed. So,
I can't even think of one, actually.
Yeah. And in this, in the music industry or in Hollywood, your career is over. So if somebody's ready for their career to be over, then go ahead and say something. If not, they can't. They're that powerful of a group. And like we said earlier, D, it's really our fault. It's our money that supports these organizations or supports these companies, we buy the music, we watch the movies, we do that until we watch the NFL, we watch the NBA, until we are ready to take a stance, because we can control this.
Absolutely.
Everyday people, there are so many more of us, even though they are the loud minority. They have the voice, they have the power, but they truly are the minority. We can control this. We can stop this. Real simple. Stop going to their games. Stop buying their music. Stop watching their movies. That's how you end this. That's how you end their power.
There are plenty of like country music stars, Jason Aldean, Brittany Aldean. They do not care. They tried to cancel him so many times because of Brittany Aldean. She's got her little Trump purse. She's got her earrings. She's all decked out in conservative stuff. She doesn't care. They tried to cancel her so many times. I think they took like sponsorships away from her.
Okay, so let's talk about that. They can cancel them, but why is it always the liberal groups that don't get canceled?
Because we're not doing anything about it.
Nobody's
standing up.
Nobody's standing up. They are the loud minority. They only have the power because we let them have it.
Yep.
So Jason Aldean and his wife, they get just hammered. I think it made them more popular.
Oh,
but
absolutely. I literally went
in.
on there and bought his whole album.
Yeah. So that there again, we control this. We have got to stop letting them be in control.
Yep. And I mean, there's Christian music we can listen to. There's conservative. If you really want to listen to rap music, there's conservative rap. Like, I stopped with all streaming services. I stopped watching movies and stuff 4 years ago. So if anyone asks me, oh my gosh, have you seen this movie? Have you seen this Netflix? Have you seen? I'm like, no. Number one, I don't have the attention span to do so. Number two, I'm not giving these people my views. I'm not.
Yeah.
Now, am I saying I'm perfect? No, but like some of the music I'll listen to just because, throw on some old school Lil Wayne, but Lil Wayne also wasn't involved in that. So he has songs talking about it too. But yeah, we just go live your life. Get away from the TV. Go outside. Why do you have to sit on Netflix that's owned by Obama and keep giving them your money?
So did you watch several months ago? You and I haven't talked about this, but did you watch Cat Williams' interview with Shannon Sharp?
So I did not watch it a couple months ago. I just watched it and wow.
Cat Williams warned us 6 months ago. Well, they've been saying it for
years ago.
Yeah, but 6 months ago or three, whatever it was with Shannon Sharp, he pretty much called what was about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what they did? They blackballed him. They said he was mentally ill. When you start speaking the truth, all of a sudden you become mentally ill.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
What did Kanye West start screaming about?
Exactly. But no, they always chalk it up. Oh, that person's crazy. No, because they're making a little noise and they're making some sense. And everybody thought, oh, well, Cat, he done flipped his lid. No, Cat didn't flip his lid. Cat was telling y'all this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty explicit in that interview.
So another person I want to bring up is Jaguar Wright. Have you ever heard of her?
Nope. Tell us about her.
If you have not, I highly suggest looking her up because I found her 4 years ago. And I went right along with everyone was saying she's crazy and she's talking a bunch of nonsense. And I kind of went along with, okay, some of her stuff is really far-fetched. Mm-hmm. Well, I just rewatched all her videos and every single thing she said was true. Mm-hmm. And so she was a backup singer for Jay-Z, P. Diddy back in I think it was 1998, early 2000s. And so she knows. She was there. She's like, I was at those parties. I never went along with it, though. She said there's sections of the parties. And I saw what happened because there was TVs where you could see what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. The minute you start spewing the truth and you start saying some things that are not popular, all of a sudden you get diagnosed by the powers as mentally ill.
Yep.
Happens all the time. All of a sudden you're mentally ill because you're speaking the truth and they're scared. When you start scaring people, I don't know if you watch this. This has been out probably 15, 20 years ago. Will Smith was the star. You ever seen Enemy of the State? Mm-mm. So he came across, in just real brief, he came across accidentally some real damning evidence. And he didn't even know he possessed. And it was against the government. Well, they made him enemy of the state. They started ruining his credibility. And that was their blueprint was, we're going to ruin his credibility. So when he does talk and he does present these things, nobody believes him. That happens all the fucking time.
I'd say it happens every time.
Yeah. Happens every day. Somebody.
The thing that's so bad about this, and everyone keeps saying that this is a distraction, but it's actually not. It's actually a part of it all. It all goes full circle. All these elite people and these politicians, they all connect.
Yeah.
They're all in it. They've been to these parties. Kamala Harris has been to these parties. She used to date Montel Williams.
Who
And
was a
Montel Williams,
staple at Montel, was a staple at these parties. So old Camel Toe has been to these parties. So, but you're not going to hear the mainstream media talk about that.
nope.
Mainstream media has been pretty quiet when it comes to this. Just like they're quiet about everything that has to do with anybody that is progressive or liberal or Democrat.
Yeah, I mean, they are very quiet about the important details, but they'll gladly get on national news and start talking about freak offs. That's
Yeah.
what I found it very interesting. I'm like, okay, well, there's a lot of other details that are really important in this, but you guys are just screaming about freak offs. What?
Yeah.
But, and that's the thing. So that brings me to Justin Bieber. For
Yeah.
some reason, that just kills me.
That one, I saw some videos you done. That one affected you pretty good.
Because I grew up listening to Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I mean, my little sister grew up listening to Justin Bieber. Like, I remember my mom, she loved Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I know I was talking about my mom. But like, he was an innocent child. He wasn't one of these Disney stars or Nickelodeon stars. He wasn't one of them. He didn't start that way. He started because he had genuine talent.
Mhm.
He went up there, started playing his guitar on YouTube, and bam, someone found him.
Yeah.
And if you listen to his songs, he talks so much about God and so much about faith and so much about being blessed in almost every one of his songs. I went back and listened to dozens of them because there's also a lot of his songs that are talking about what happened to him.
He was reaching out.
He was a child. And how many more of these child stars do we have to see have mental breakdowns after mental breakdown and just sit there and call them nuts and tell them they need to be in an institution when we literally have no idea what these people have been through?
I say hi to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
So,
Y'all,
no,
comment.
can you see the comments?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So, how much? Okay, so Justin Bieber, he's been in and out of some trouble as he got an adult, and a lot of that's just growing and stuff. So, how much do you think, now that we know what he has been through?
We don't
And
really know, though.
yeah, I mean, no, we don't know everything. Well, we just know a fraction. Obviously, I would think that contributed to the issues that he's had, the drug
Absolutely.
issues, and you know, introduced to that lifestyle. Now, first off, what kind of fucking parents are we dealing with? You know, his parents, Usher's parents, that just turned them over at such a young age and just threw them to the wolves. I mean, it doesn't take a real smart person to realize what kind of atmosphere you're putting your kid in, what kind of lifestyle you're introducing them to.
That's the part that I really can't grasp because it's not even just throwing your kids to the wolves. Like with Britney Spears, a little bit different because her parents were very involved, like with her at her, concerts and stuff. Justin Bieber's mom handed over custody to Usher. Usher handed over custody for 48 hours. And now, mind you, this all is court. Like, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
Handed over custody to P. Diddy for 48 hours.
Yeah. Why? For what? What good? What? There's no legitimate reason why you would need to do that. That's just a world that's out there that we have no clue that even exists. And you know what? It shouldn't exist. We wonder why this world is so fucked up,
Usher knew. He knows. He was a kid involved in that, and he has spoke about it several times before he went and handed over So to me, it's just like, I think this even goes so far beyond what we can even comprehend of just how bad this is. These are literally child sacrifices, if you really think about it. These are
Yeah.
children being fed to the devil.
Yeah.
A
No,
mother
no, it
sold
100%
her
is.
son's
Yep.
soul.
Mm-hmm.
And it's heartbreaking. It's so sad. Look at, I mean, we literally watched his demise and
Mm-hmm.
his downfall. And he went from this super cute young kid that was literally molested on TV in front of our faces by multiple different people. I don't know if you've seen that video. People grabbing his butt, saying disgusting things to a 16-year-old child. And we're over here watching Ellen, and we're watching it happen like it's normal.
Yeah.
Hi, Aunt Beth. Oh, I love her.
Hey, she's already famous. You seen her on TikTok? She's TikTok famous. We're about to make her YouTube famous. So let's I'm always going to draw it back somehow into politics.
It goes there.
It is. No, it 100% is. Why is it always this group that all this stuff is happening with? Why are they always Democrats and supporting Democrats and loudly supporting Democrats? Why do they want Democrats to remain in power or gain more power? That has to. I don't know why more people aren't looking at it that way.
So I actually saw an interesting video today, and that's interesting you brought that up because I've been thinking a lot about this specifically this evening. So there's actually a video of P. Diddy talking about Trump. And at first you think, okay, he's like saying something nice.
I saw it.
He
Unbelievable.
almost slips up. And then he's like, oh, but he's just exposing the racism within itself.
Yeah, God, this is how sick this dude is. He was because I don't know if Trump's been to parties, but I've seen some pictures of. I mean, they're both in New York and they're rich guys, so they've crossed paths. You've seen some pictures with them together. But he starts. You're right. He starts saying some things that are somewhat positive, and then he closes with, "That's how ridiculous this man is."
But it was almost
That
like
that God gave Trump to us to show what racism is. That's what and we have got to stop letting these types of animals influence our decisions. And it's you see all these you saw CNN anchors, everybody's praising him about. Of course, he was giving to people. He was getting in return too. He was getting protection. He was getting publicity. None of that stuff he was giving, buying turkeys for Thanksgiving for family. He wasn't doing that. Wasn't for free. That wasn't without a motive.
I think these people are
up.
somehow paid. There's some kind of payment. And I'm thinking about this right now, actually, because I was watching a video about Audrey O'Day. She's also another victim. And she was saying how like she only got paid like $1,000 per song and stuff. So I'm almost wondering, because I've heard this multiple times, Justin Bieber was hardly paid anything either.
Mm-hmm.
Did they pay a higher person to say, here, this is the group you're going to be in, and we'll pay you X amount of money, but you're never allowed to leave. And you're never allowed to expose what goes on in this group.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of non-disclosure agreements and a lot of things that are there. They've only survived this long with doing things like that. It's going to catch up. It always catches up with you eventually. But this has been going on, I don't know what, 20, 30 years?
Before I was born. I mean, Tupac was killed in 96, and now the
Yeah.
dude is just now coming out after
Yeah.
the Diddy got put in prison.
They're all
Because
that whole group of them around my age. So they're
I
in their
mean,
mid 50s.
I just like that's what I'm saying. This goes so deep, and this honestly, like, I had to take a break for a little bit today and just like process everything that I was reading because it's so dark and it's so horrible when you fully realize that they are 100% after your children. Look at Taylor Swift, okay? She is a perfect example of this. That woman, I don't care what anyone says, she is satanic.
She's the devil.
Her stuff is so satanic. And she's another one that sold her soul because she didn't start off like that. She was from Reading, Pennsylvania. Okay. My old science teacher was her babysitter.
She was a country singer.
Exactly. She was this little tiny, singing about her exes, whatever. And the amount of people that are her, I'm just going to call them cult followers. Swifties for this, Swifties. We're Swifties. We're going to make bracelets and be Swifties. Like
100% cult.
What?
That's all that is.
How? We're going to pay $7,000 for not anything useful, but we're going to pay $7,000 to go to a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah.
How are people that? And I think and I learned this back in high school that, music does have a way of manipulating your mind. Like things in your brain to feel different things. So her music nowadays, I don't know what that is. I don't know how anyone can listen to that.
So you can be entertained by somebody. You can enjoy their movie. You can enjoy their music and not be a minion, not drink the Kool-Aid. It's like, I know when I say Robert De Niro's name, you're going to come unhinged. I still I think he is a fucking flake. He legitimately has completely lost his mind. He's in my top 5 of the best actors ever. I enjoy his movies, his older movies for sure.
Honestly, my mom will say something.
But he has lost it. We don't have to. We don't have to. You can enjoy Taylor Swift's music and not be a Swiftie and
Absolutely
think
not.
because this woman does not represent what the majority of Americans are about. You and I talked about this earlier, and I don't know if everybody knows this. She of course endorsed Kamala Harris. Big, who cares? I don't. When we start
on that,
no, I may have, but why would we got to stop letting celebrities choose who we vote for? But her reasoning for supporting Kamala Harris was the absolute worst, most disgusting reason I could think of. She said the main reason she's supporting Kamala is because of Tim Walz, and you know how I feel about that Tampon Timmy. You and I've talked about Tampon Timmy.
Yeah.
Because of Tampon Timmy's stance on the LGBTQUSHAIG, all the letters, and not even about it's about transgender, about his deal with the kids being able to choose that, and the parents don't even have to know, and that's why she is supporting them. That shows what kind of sick person that she is.
These people support offing babies up to 9 months. So anyone that can support offing a baby at 9 months, I mean, they're capable of anything. How could you literally? And I mean, if the abortion doesn't work, they just let the babies die.
Yeah.
And that's what these celebrities support. But no, we cannot. Just because I'm not a Swiftie, I'm also not going to listen to her music at all because my views give them money.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm good with
me.
I think, and that goes back to what we said earlier. We have to take a stance if we want to take control back in this country, then we have to take a stance. But my point is that if you want to listen to music, fine. Don't let these people who do not live in the same world that the 95% of us live in choose who runs our country. We're not in the same world. They're nothing like us.
So Taylor Swift. All right. Taylor Swift got famous off of not being able to choose the right guy. She wanted to burn pictures, blank spaces. She's crazy. She literally says she's crazy.
Yeah.
And so that to me tells me that she probably can't pick the president either. Yeah. And then, you know how Donald Trump said everything woke goes to shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she started dating this guy. Okay. Looks like a pretty great guy, nice looking dude. All right. And so everything woke turns to shit. And
that's him now.
And you mean to tell me that I should listen to what Taylor Swift has to say?
Yeah.
That's a no for me, dog. Because when number one, you can't pick the right dude, then you do pick possibly the right dude. I guess we'll see in a couple albums. And then you turn him to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Taylor Swift should sit this one out.
Well, I think that a lot of them should have set this one out. I think that I can get on Bill Clinton pretty good too. So remember at the DNC when he said that Trump disrespected the Oval Office? I'm like, come on, Sweet Willie. Sweet Willie, you got to sit down, baby. You know, I know when it's time for me to, there's some things that I know that I need to just shut up on. There's some things that because of,
he did not say that. Why didn't I hear about that?
What? Where the fuck were you at? What do you mean you didn't hear that? Slick Willie said in front at his speech at the DNC, it said Donald Trump disrespected the Oval Office. Dude, you got hot mouth at the Oval Office by Monica Lewinsky. Come on. I mean, what are you doing? You've got to see, there's, like I said, there's things in my life that I know that I can't speak on because of decisions I've made. We've all had those. So shut up. You got to know when it's time to shut up. And they don't. No, they don't. They forget.
What to say about that?
You didn't know? You didn't know that?
No.
Oh,
I did not pay attention to that freaking, I don't know.
Oh no, I watched
that they had that needed walls and stuff outside.
I watched the highlights of that one.
Wow, that's really funny.
So I'm jealous of the guy that the guy that went and found the Venezuelan kid and tried to get him into the DNC. Remember that video? You didn't see? You saw that. He's a podcaster or YouTube guy.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'm jealous that we didn't think of that. That's what we're gonna do that next. We're gonna do something like that next time.
Listen, McReed, relax. He said, "How'd you miss that?" I didn't. I watched Biden's speech for about as long as I could handle, which was not that long because I didn't know what he was even talking about. See, these people live in La La Land, and La La Land must be a really cheap place to them. I'm like, geez, I mean, rental prices are down where? Not here.
No.
So, yeah, I didn't pay attention to that at all. I do. And honestly, those people are very evil people, and I just physically can't watch them. Like, I feel like I'm watching the devil.
Yeah. And the only reason I even watch any of that is so I can commentate on it. And that's the only reason you watch the things that you do, so you can.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
painful. It's fucking painful to watch the words that come out of these people's mouths. But we can't commentate on it. You and I can't sit here and badmouth them if we don't listen to them.
Facts.
But
But
I just don't understand how anybody can listen to any of them and believe that that's the direction our country needs to go in.
because it's been normalized. It's all
Yeah.
been normalized in all the music, all the TV shows, everything is just normalized.
No, you said it tonight.
Mhm.
I didn't even think about it. You know, they're just rolling off their tongue freak offs like it's some kind of common term that everybody should know what it is.
I did not know what a freak off was until I heard it being said 85 times on CNN. And
Yeah.
yes, I do watch CNN sometimes because you can actually find out some truths in
No, I don't.
paragraphs down on CNN.
If we just watch Fox News, if we just watch, Dan Bongino, if we just watch Candace, if we just watch those groups, then we're really no better than them.
Mhm.
I'm not going to agree with. You know what? You're probably going to laugh at me. You know, I watch sometimes very, very, very quickly because I can't. His voice is fingernails on a chalkboard. I'll watch Don Lemons every now and then. Just he makes no sense, but I've got to. We got to. So we have to get in their head. If we're going to counter these things and we're going to try to stay ahead of them, we got to get in their head and see where they're at.
Mhm.
He's just ridiculous, though.
I mean, but it's just everywhere. And I'm sitting here like on my couch. I'm like, how am I going to protect my daughter from this? I don't know.
I'm going to tell you this. I was never in
That is
favor.
facts.
I was never in favor of homeschooling. And I'll tell you that we went through probably 5 to 10 years ago. When we were hiring deputies, it seemed like all the ones that were homeschooled just didn't work out. They couldn't handle confrontation. They didn't have social skills. They were pretty good kids, but they weren't working out.
Mm-hmm.
I think homeschooling has probably improved a lot. There's a lot of different types of programs and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you this: if I had young kids right now, I'd be seriously looking at that.
Oh, I will do whatever it takes for my child to never go to public school ever. I have a friend that told me that teacher told her son that he could only go to the bathroom 3 times in 7 hours. And her child had to sit there and convince the teacher to be able to go a 4th time. Let me tell you what. I'm too crazy for because if that was my kid, hell would be raised from the bottom to the top and back down to the bottom. First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
You're going to tell a child that there's so many things wrong with that. You're going to tell a child that they can only go to the bathroom 3 times in 7 hours?
Yeah, I'm not really in a position to tell somebody when they have to pee. I'm not talented enough for that. I really can't tell you when it's time for you to urinate.
But that's what these teachers are doing, and they think it's okay to dictate someone's bodily functions.
Yeah.
And if you think about that, that goes wider than just the bathroom thing. If that teacher thinks that's okay, what else does she think is okay? That teacher needs to be fired immediately. Because what is she brainwashing your kids with? What is she teaching your kids? If she thinks she can dictate when someone goes to the bathroom, especially a child with a bladder this big.
Okay, so let me give you an opposing view on that. Now, first off, I think that there are 2 kinds of teachers. There are teachers that are there to teach, and teachers that are there because they want summers and holidays off. I think that there are 2 types of teachers in the world. I think that what we have to look at on that, D, is look what kind of kids that we're giving these fucking teachers to deal with now. We're giving kids who identify as a fucking cat. So let's, and so I'm on your side on that. I'm on your friend's side, and I think that's just atrocious. But can you imagine being a teacher and with the types of kids that we are that we're raising right now? The disrespect, they have no respect for anybody, no respect for authority. They don't know. They get to choose whatever sex they want to be. They can choose to be a fucking giraffe if they want to.
Yeah, I guess, but also like I don't know. I don't know because schools are not like they were when I was in school. They aren't. So I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that. I just know that my child is never going to public school ever.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that they're trying to brainwash them with, there are way too many liberal teachers and not enough just in the middle, teach what you're going to teach and be done with it and don't try to push your views. And I mean, these schools are awful. They're on lockdown every day here.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on. I don't know how we got here, honestly. And like I said, I think it's just because the sexual stuff has been normalized in all the songs, all the TV shows. I mean, Ariana Grande. I used to watch that show. It was on a little kids channel. And she was literally doing sexual things on there, and no one batted an eye to it until they had to make a whole documentary about it.
Yeah, you're right. And we wonder why that we have the sexual deviance that we have with young people now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was speaking, this was several years ago. We have a local counselor here that's phenomenal. And I was speaking at a conference, and I spoke right behind him, which I hated because I couldn't compete with him at all. So I listened to his speech, and he had a really good point because of the access that our teenage boys and girls, but boys have to, the access they have to porn and to things like that and to these freak offs and all that kind of stuff. You got 14-year-olds that are expecting a wild orgy threesome on their first sexual encounter. So it's just a whole different ball game, and that's what our kids are faced with in society and in these schools.
Yep.
And it's attributed to circle back to what we just started this conversation with. People like Sean Diddy Combs, who is a icon in people's eyes, who has a lot of power and a lot of control, and is what's wrong with this fucking country.
100%, they all are. But again, and I can't say I just came to this realization the other day. Like, I'm sitting there listening to these Justin Bieber songs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid is literally singing about what happened to him, and we're just singing along.
We're singing along, and I laugh about it, but it's not funny. We're just sitting here singing along when this kid was reaching out.
I know, and they're probably trying to reach out to in their music because they're going to reach a larger audience, and someone's going to say, hold on.
Yeah.
This kid is talking about what happened to him as a kid. What happened to you as a kid?
Yep.
And like I said, thank God for Cassie, because now there are so many victims coming out. But here's the other thing. We are demonizing these victims. Yep. I was in a comment section. I was absolutely disgusted at the amount of women that were in that comment section while a victim is literally crying. And you could see that it was genuinely extremely painful for her to be taught. She was trembling. to be talking about. And these women are just like, she's lying. She's trying to get a check. She's doing this. Are you kidding me? She's coming out now because her perpetrator is in jail and she's safe from that person. So that again, like, I just feel like we've normalized that too.
Look at the comment I just posted. Read that one.
Oh, North Carolina's gotten bad. That's why I left there. I actually was involved in doing research of the books that are in Wake County schools in North Carolina. These children are literally looking at porn, and that's illegal.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's illegal, but apparently it's not. It's okay for kids to look at pictures of little kids doing it in 3rd grade. Again, normalized.
Well, hopefully we get through November and we elect the right person and we start to get things somewhat back to the way they're supposed to be in this country. So give us something in closing on what something you'd like us to hang on till next week till we're back.
So when we're talking about all this, don't just take what we're saying and run with it. Make sure you always do your own research. And it takes a lot of time to do this research. But you got to be informed yourselves and not just take what other people say. So make sure, like, do your own research on everything that we said, and you'll find out that it's true, unfortunately.
I agree with you. What I want to close with is going back to Cat Williams, because Cat Williams isn't the only one. Cat Williams called this 3, 4, 6 months ago. Just because somebody is saying crazy shit doesn't mean they're crazy. Sometimes, and in Cat's case, in a lot of other cases, there is some crazy shit going on. And we need to pay attention and not let the powerful people make them the enemy of the state. Make them the enemy because they're saying things that sound a little outlandish.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe those outlandish things are really fucking happening.
Yep, just like Kanye West, all the stuff he was saying. And another thing is that comment. That's what I was trying to say earlier, actually, is when you said that kids go to school disrespectful. That's exactly what was in my head. I just couldn't think of how to articulate that, but that's perfect. That's what I was going to say. But the Kardashians were another one. Normalized. They literally talk about details of these parties in their shows. So they also told about it unknowingly, but unknowingly. But I think that's why Kanye came out and was trying to expose everything. Guess what? They put him on ketamine.
Yeah.
He said, everyone called me crazy, and then they forced drugs down my throat.
Yeah. That's how they silence you.
Britney Spears.
Yep.
And he said that they forced him to have lithium, which lithium is horrible. You're not supposed to be on lithium for more than 6 months. Britney Spears has been on it for 2 years, and people wonder why she's so mentally destroyed because she's been ingesting battery acids. But yeah, I mean, she tried to say it too. And they're all thrown on medications and called crazy. So start listening to those people instead of thinking everyone's crazy too.
Yeah. You got to do your homework. Don't let people do your thing. Hey, don't let me and Dee do your thinking. We're just throwing some stuff out there. We're just two normal people with some opinions who do their research, who enjoy tackling these topics and enjoy some debate. But don't take our word for it. get out there and do your own research. And I think that you're right, D. So starting next week, we will be live on Wednesdays, not Tuesdays. I do another show on Tuesdays. So I couldn't tomorrow night because I'm going out of town. But we're going to be, from here on out, we will be 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays.
Hey.
How you gonna spend the rest of the week? What are you gonna dive into? What's your what can we expect next week? Give us a little preview. Where's your mind headed?
I don't know. I really don't. There's so many different things.
I think we'll probably be talking about this again. Obviously, we'll be talking about the election. Hopefully, there's some. There should be some polls. When is the when's the vice presidential debate? Is that this week or next week? That might be this week. Anybody know? Anybody know when the vice presidential debate is?
Is it the 26th? We do need to talk about something. The WHO, that summit that they just had a couple days ago. I got the whole PDF.
Okay. Well, let's dive into it then. We'll dive into that for next week.
23 pages.
Okay.
It's bad. It's really bad.
So what about let's look at when's the vice presidential debate? October 1st. Okay. 25th.
Someone said it? I don't know.
That's October 1st. So that is next Tuesday.
Okay.
Oh, that's perfect. Then we'll have a lot to say after that on it when we come back. So guys, really appreciate you joining us, and we had a good time, and we look forward to doing this every week. So until
make sure you subscribe, like, share, anything to boost the algorithm on these videos. Any interaction helps.
Yeah, I forget this. I'm glad you're saying that, D, because I forget to say that every time.
Yeah. So make sure you share, because this stuff is really important, whether you think it's just conspiracy theories or not. It's so important that people know about this stuff.
All right. Until then, McGee and Looney are out. Y'all have a good evening.
Peace.